Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quiet. That's enough. This is a podcast by my dad and my uncle. They talk a lot about music, like a lot. So please sit back and enjoy. I think they are going to start in about 14 seconds.
Why don't we make that 13 seconds? Hi, welcome to another edition of BG's Broken Records. My name is Bob, and sitting right here again, third week in a row.
I'm Gare.
You're who?
Gare.
Gare. So we both just had a double espresso. We are totally ready to rock and roll.
We're going to knock this house over.
Woo! Here we sit, middle of November, a week till Thanksgiving. It's rainy. I saw a little snow this morning.
Oh, well.
It's total Michigan fall weather.
Totally.
I don't know who died over the last week because I didn't really pay attention, so I've got nothing for you on that one.
No, I don't have any worthless rock info either.
Oh, you ready for some?
Oh, sure. You got some?
I do.
I have none.
On this day in 1992, Ozzy Osbourne announced his retirement from touring after a gig in California, saying, "Who wants to be touring at 46?"
Dude, that takes me right back to the article in 1981 in Time magazine with Mick Jagger, who was 37, getting ready for the Stones tour, saying, "I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this."
Right.
And they're like, "Are you going to be doing it till you're 40?" I'm 37. You know,
Yeah,
how much longer are we really going to?
Well, Ringo thought the whole thing was going to last 2 years, and it was going to be a hairdresser.
Charlie Watts, good interview with Ed Bradley years ago on 60 Minutes. He goes, "When I first joined the Stones, I thought it was going to be a couple months, and then I was going to have to go find another band or a day job."
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Also on this day, in 2000, Michael Abram, the Liverpool man who stabbed George Harrison after breaking into his home, was awarded a not guilty verdict at Oxford Crown Court, but the verdict was returned in view of Abram's mental history, and he was taken into care.
Is that guy still in jail?
I would think so.
I hope so, because Harrison was lucky to be alive from that one.
Oh, I think he got stabbed like 15 times or something.
His house, Jack, keeps showing.
Oh, yeah.
It is what
Friars Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that where is that in relation?
I think it's in Surrey, so I think it's southwest London area.
Like couple hours outside the city?
No, like 40 minutes, but it's posh down there.
Sure. Gotcha.
It's posh. November 15th, 2011, a cardboard sign reading "Bed Peace" created by John Lennon for his 1969 Bed-In Peace protest in Montreal sold at Christie's for $155,000.
All right.
Yeah. American singer and musician Roy Clark died at 85 on November 15th, 2018. He's another guy who's not on that 250 best guitars from Rolling Stone. Let's talk about that for a second. This thing really ticks me off. Totally ticks me off.
He was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Rolling Stone puts out one of their lists. They do it just to get people talking about it. I've watched 5 videos of people slagging it off. Andy Summers. Gee, who did he play with? The Police. Number 250 guitarist of all time. And then you've got people who I don't even know who can barely play notes at like number 42. I mean, give me a break. No Al Di Meola, no Alan Holdsworth, no Earl Klugh, no George Benson, no Yngwie.
We're going to do a show on Roy Clark and Buck Owens. Buck Owens, who was the Bakersfield Sound, California, which is on the way from San Francisco to Sacramento.
Yeah.
And Chip and Slop got a good story about seeing Buck Owens in like Venice Beach playing live. It's a great story. Remember Buck Owens with the red, white, and blue guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but Roy Clark, Buck Owens, stay tuned for future podcasts.
Have you ever heard Danny Gatton?
I have not.
Oh, my God. His album, Nitpicking? Holy shit.
Was he part of the Hee-Haw gang?
No, he wasn't part of the Hee-Haw gang, but he was a blues player, country-ish, but not really country. Oh, my God. He had a Telecaster. Oh.
Have to check it out.
God, it was amazing. What do you want to talk about, Gare?
We are going to talk about today the power of music in treatment with dementia patients, which we could do a
month-long thing on this, but we won't.
We could do hours on this, but it is just really, really interesting when you start reading the articles of these people with their Walking Dead. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's,
so hold on, just real quick. When I look at our audience numbers on Spotify, our audience is of the age like us, and our parents are getting older.
Sure.
And we as a collective, the 74 followers, and you and I, well, that would be 72 because you and I follow ourselves, right?
Correctamundo.
So the 74 of us inclusive, our parents are getting on. And
Completely.
You know what? It's going to be an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of rock and roll conversation in this one. A little bit of what we found with music and treating people and helping people feel better with dementia. So go for it, Gary.
Everyone either has someone in their family, knows someone with dementia. When Bob and I were growing up, I should say my grandfather didn't get dementia. He went senile. He got senility, which was kind of the same thing. Which was great because he was a little challenging, to say the least. And when he got dementia, he became the nicest guy in the world because he forgot who and
why
what he hated.
Yeah, right.
It's cognition, obviously, memory, language, being able to reason. It affects 55 million people in the world.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't seem like a lot with a world of 6 billion people. If you have one of those people in your family, it is a lot.
It's a struggle.
It's interesting because they talk about the profound effects that music has, and they said it's the rhythm, the harmony, the expression of emotion. But as I said to Bob earlier, when therapists start working with music and dementia people, one of the number one songs is?
Oh yeah, I know.
I teased you with this.
You teased me about it.
You ready? Yeah. Singing in the Rain.
Oh.
Gene Kelly.
Okay.
Because it has feel-good lyrics.
Rhyming lyrics, probably.
Correct. And if they also watch it, if they don't just the music itself can stand on its own, stand on its own. But when they show him singing, dancing, the puddles, the umbrella,
the people start tapping their feet and all this stuff.
It's the visual with the music. And remember, there's a cop standing on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But they said it's the whole package, Singing in the Rain.
That was a great scene.
The whole movie.
That was a great scene. Do you remember those movies they put out in the 70s called That's Entertainment?
And they'd go on the back lot, and Esther Williams would stand in front of the pool that's used to singing. And it was all overgrown. And
my parents loved those films.
We watched all of Wasn't there like That's Entertainment 2?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, Esther Williams.
Watch Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers dance. It is unbelievable.
Well, you know what they say? They say Fred Astaire was so great. Ginger Rogers was even better because she had to do it backwards.
Yes, I did read that.
I've always said, I'm like, good point.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Right. So we're talking about the music, and I read an article called Music and Dementia, an Overview by Ronald DeVere.
Okay.
There was a gentleman named Dr. Sachs. He interviewed this gentleman named
Dr. Oliver Sacks.
The late Oliver Sacks discussed a few patients when he wrote his book Musicology in 2007. I found this one quite interesting. Discussed a few patients with severe memory impairment. In particular, he discussed an English musician, Clive Waring, who had developed herpes in his 40s, which causes brain problems.
Sure.
It predominantly damages medial temporal lobes responsible for normal memory function. His memory span was less than 15 seconds. He could not preserve a new memory and had loss of almost his entire past. His wife, Deborah, stated that if every waking moment was his first waking moment, and she said he always feels he just emerged from unconsciousness and arising from the dead. Okay? So Sachs interviewed Clive in his home and noted some Bach music sitting on top of the piano and asked him to play it. Clive said he had never played it or seen it before. He then started playing Prelude 9 in E major, and he remembered playing it before. Mm-hmm. His memory for that particular piece only occurred when he played it. With this music, he was able to improvise, joke, and play with any piece of music. His general knowledge or semantic memory was greatly affected along with his episodic and day-to-day memories. Clive was safe enough in his home, but would get immediately lost if he went out alone. His musical powers, however, were totally intact. He was able to automatically read music, sing the notes, play the keyboard, and sing with his wife and create his own world. So he did not lose any skills he acquired in the past before the herpes. And he was able to learn new skills with training and practice, even if he would retain no memory of the practice sessions. So you don't remember anything. Here's a guitar. Here's an Yngwie song. Can you do it? Now.
Did you happen to catch the Anderson Cooper interview with Tony Bennett before he died?
No.
They go to his pad in New York overlooking Central Park, which was beautiful. Tony Bennett's piano player would be there in the apartment. Yeah. And he could barely say hello, but it's like, hey, Tony, come on, he'd walk up to the, no notes, no nothing. They'd blow through 10 songs like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And for the interview, they showed him do one or two, but it was
all up there.
He had full-blown dementia, and he did those last shows with Lady Gaga. She said, she had done stuff with him a couple years before it got bad. He wouldn't say her, and all of a sudden they're on stage, and he's like, Lady Gaga!
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God.
I know.
He remembered my name.
Going back to this Ronald DeVere article, he stated that the activities that we learn growing up are very resistant to decline, such as pedaling an indoor bike, enjoying music, dancing, and throwing a baseball. The person doing these activities may not know who you are or who they are, but these activities were learned and ingrained in their younger years, and they remain.
Sure. They said in the brain you have the part that has your memories and maybe some things you just described, Bob, but then there's another part that's for music only.
Yeah, it's on the right side, right?
I'm not sure what side it was on.
Okay, it's on the left side.
But they also...
on one or the other.
It's on the other right. But the thing about music, though, the biggest thing with dementia patients, it's the repetition.
Right.
It's the beat. And if it's got a good, clear, distinctive beat, they can just get their arms around it a lot easier.
Well, and to your point, let's think about the people who are listening to Singing in the Rain. They're of that generation.
Sure.
Where they know that song. So when you and I are in there, they're going to be playing Gimme Shelter, right? And you
Bad
and I...
Company, Burning Skies, Every Man Needs a Woman. Okay, maybe not.
Well,
but
I think that would
every
work.
woman
I think
needs
that would
a
work for
man.
Margaret. She loved Bad Company, didn't she?
Dude,
she
so underrated, that Bad Company. Paul Rogers, come on.
I agree. So when you think about dementia, memory loss, I kind of want to piggyback just a bit on the depression issue. Yeah?
Sure.
So let's think about this. Fender guitars had their biggest years during lockdown.
Okay.
Pet sales went up, companionship. Guitars went up. I'm sitting at home. I've always said I want to learn an instrument. I'm going to do it. Yeah?
Right on.
I play guitar. Sorry. I can play a guitar. I don't really play a guitar, but I absolutely love it. You plug it in, you put the headphones on so not to disturb the family and have them go, what the is he playing Jethro Tull again for? But it takes you away. But you also have to think about it. I think that's why Wordle is so popular nowadays. Everyone wants to exercise their brain because they know if I don't work that gray matter, I'm going to lose it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's so funny, through all the research that I did for this, they talk about, music and dementia and all that. But then a 2020 study found how good silence is also.
Gee, I wonder why. Because we're being bombarded by everything.
Meditation, silence. I told you in the one website I went to, that David Byrne, starting next year, all grade school kids in New York, the very first thing they're going to do in the morning is take 10 to 15 minutes for closing your eyes, deep breathing. It's almost a form of meditation, just so we all kind of start out the day. We're all kind of on the same length, and I think the same wavelength.
Sweden, we talked about them a while ago.
Yeah.
Why are they so strong? Well, they are seriously into the arts.
Yeah.
Especially music.
Music, yep.
Do we even have music in our schools anymore?
it's the first to be cut.
It's the first to be cut.
And
then girls' sports.
Right. I think that, I don't know about there's still art classes, but I don't know about actual I mean, dude, we all had music classes.
Right. But, I'm sorry. You're going to play a bassoon. You're going to play a French horn. You're going to play a tuba. I mean, give me a break. Sorry. Joe LaFata, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Man, that guy could beat the Skins like you wouldn't believe.
Sure.
Right? In 10th grade, he was doing it. People need art. They need to paint. They need to draw. They need to play guitars and
more
pianos.
so than ever right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because playing a guitar or sitting there and tinkling around on the 88s, it just takes you away from all this crap.
Sure. Back to Dr. Oliver Sacks, and he was the one who the movie Awakenings was based on. True story. The human nervous system is sometimes compared to a computer. Dr. Sacks was like, I think our nervous system is more like an orchestra or a symphony. He said, we are all musical through and through with our memories. We talked about rhythm. We talked about singing in the rain. If it's got a good beat and it's clear, he goes, we are all about rhythm and music, which, okay, that's cool. But I liked how he called our nervous system an orchestra or symphony. Music serves as a clue, coaxing the brain to fill in the blanks. To go one step further with the dementia, back when I was in media, I had an account out of Florida called Recovery Unplugged. It's your basic rehab for drug addiction and booze and all that, but they also used music. They had a guy who was a songwriter with Steven Tyler for Aerosmith for a number of years. Yeah. And they have 5 locations, but it's a combination of traditional rehab therapy and music. So you detox and all that, but you're also doing that with music.
Right.
They were a great client of mine. I learned a lot having them as a client.
Yeah. I watched a video over the last couple of days, and they're doing these dementia chorals. So they will get people in a room, 20 people, and they will sing songs. They'll have somebody up front. Here's all your songs. We're going to sing Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. We're going to sing Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. And the husband and wife are both in the care home. And they said, the husband looked at the wife and said, when she's singing, she knows who I am. When she's not, it can be tough. And she even looked over at the camera. She goes, oh my God, I remember what's going on right now.
Wow.
Because we're doing this. She said, give it a little bit. I won't remember it. We know that music has been effective in this area with music therapy, reducing the need for antipsychotic medication in 67% of the people living with dementia. I know it sounds wavy gravy, but if you could get people to do this in care homes or assisted living homes, big pharma, holy shit.
Anytime you can do
Cut the
something
drugs out.
For your well-being without the drugs, without taking a pill.
Right.
And I know during this, we talk about, cold plunge, meditation, all this stuff.
Listening to music.
Going
to see live music.
True.
Arguing about music.
Looking at cars, driving cars, kicking the tires. That's
Keying
what we
cars.
do in Detroit. But you brought
Stealing
up
hood ornaments.
one thing here. You brought up gray matter, and they talked about the musical activities helps to promote the gray matter.
Yeah, you got to exercise the muscle.
When I looked at that further, which increases neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to rewire itself. So the more gray matter through music, the more the brain has and there's no cure-all here. These are all just ways to help the brain that's already been taken over by the dementia or Alzheimer's.
Right. So what do we do?
Well, we have to, first of all, find a cure for it, which is a buildup of certain proteins in the brain.
Okay.
They say they're getting closer, but in the world of medicine, closer could be another 25 years.
Right.
Put your arms around music, people.
And do Wordle.
Yeah.
Right? Music can elicit emotions and memories and help provide a link to the person's past and promote interconnection with caregivers and others with dementia. Recent findings suggest that musical training delays cognitive decline and promotes brain plasticity in the elderly brain. I know this wasn't all schnitz and Grubens today, but you're right, Gare. I mean, this.
Well, it just takes it further, the power of music, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So it was a short walk for you guys and your dog out there. So I think we're just going to sign off.
I think we're good.
I'm good.
All right.
So maybe in a week, you and I will be sitting here again.
Come on.
4 weeks in a row.
Come on.
I'm just going to tell you, and I know I told you this off air. It took me an hour to log into the website to post the last podcast. I was so ticked off.
Thank you.
The woman said, well, not woman, I don't know. Gab, G-A-B, was the person I was clicking back and forth with. You have to follow these directions. I have followed the directions. No, you have to do it as I tell you to do it. All right, Gab.
Okay, I'm doing it.
And I finally got in. But now I still don't know which one I'm logging into and where my password is. I just don't turn my computer off anymore.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Gareth, thanks for coming over.
See ya.
Good night.